My name is Jessica Rowe, and I am 27 years old living in the vibrant city of Charlotte, North Carolina. For most of my life, I have been a person who believes in the goodness of people, and I always try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I work as a junior marketing analyst for a large firm uptown, and my days are usually filled with spreadsheets and data points. I enjoy the structure of my life and the way the city feels like a mix of old Southern charm and new fast-paced energy. I have lived in Charlotte for 5 years now, and I have grown to love the way the oak trees line the streets of Myers Park and the way the skyline glows at night. However, being 27 and focused on my career has left me a little lonely in the romance department. About 3 months ago, I decided to try my luck on a dating application called Spark. I was looking for someone who was genuine and kind, and who shared my love for weekend hikes and local coffee shops. That is when I met a man named Marcus. Marcus seemed like everything I was looking for in a partner. He was 30 years old, and his profile said he worked in real estate development. We started chatting, and the conversation flowed so easily that I found myself checking my phone every few minutes for a new message from him. We talked about everything from our favorite childhood movies to our biggest fears in life. He told me he was from a smaller town outside of Raleigh and that he moved to Charlotte for the opportunities. I felt a connection with him that I had not felt with anyone in a very long time. For 2 months, we strictly messaged back and forth because our schedules never seemed to align. He told me he was traveling for work, and I was busy with a major project at my firm. The anticipation of meeting him grew with every passing day. He sent me pictures of his golden retriever and told me stories about his family. I really felt like I knew him. Finally, after 10 weeks of digital communication, we decided it was time to meet in person. It was a Sunday evening, and the sun was setting over the city, casting a warm orange glow over the brick buildings. Marcus suggested we meet at a place called the Sapphire Lounge, which is a high-end bar in the heart of the city. I was a little surprised because I usually prefer more casual spots for a first date, but he insisted that he wanted to treat me to something special. When I arrived at the lounge, I felt a little nervous. I was wearing my favorite black dress, and I had spent an hour doing my hair and makeup. When I walked inside, I saw Marcus sitting at a booth in the corner. He looked just like his pictures, but there was something about his energy that felt a bit off. He was not alone. He had brought a friend with him named Tyler. Marcus explained that Tyler was just visiting from out of town and did not want to sit in the hotel room alone. I thought it was a bit strange to bring a wingman to a first date, but I decided to be polite and go along with it. We started talking, and Marcus was very charming, but he kept steering the conversation toward expensive things. He kept talking about his watch and his car and how he only liked the best of everything. I tried to talk about more meaningful things, but he seemed uninterested. He then started ordering drinks and food that were not even on the regular menu. He asked the server for a specific brand of rare bourbon and a selection of appetizers that cost a fortune. I felt uncomfortable because I am a very practical person and I do not like to waste money. I suggested that we move to a different spot that was a bit more reasonable, but Marcus laughed and told me to live a little. He said that he was having a great time and that I should relax. Tyler, the friend, just sat there nodding and eating the expensive food. I started to notice that Marcus was being very friendly with the bartender and the manager of the lounge. They were whispering and nodding at each other in a way that made me feel like I was missing something. After about 2 hours of drinking and eating, the bill finally arrived. It was over $500. I was shocked, but I figured Marcus would handle it since he was the one who insisted on coming here and ordering everything. However, as the server set the bill on the table, Marcus and Tyler both stood up. Marcus told me that they just needed to step into the restroom for a moment and that he would be right back to settle the tab. I sat there waiting for 10 minutes and then 15 minutes. I started to feel a knot in my stomach. I looked toward the restrooms, but I did not see them. I sent Marcus a text message asking if everything was okay, but he did not reply. I waited another 5 minutes and then I decided to walk toward the exit. I saw the manager standing by the door, and I asked if he had seen the two men I was with. The manager looked at me with a cold expression and told me that they had left out the side door several minutes ago. He then told me that the bill needed to be paid immediately. I was humiliated and angry. I realized then that I had been set up. I had heard stories about people who work with bars to bring in customers and run up huge bills in exchange for a commission. It is a common scam in some cities, and I could not believe I had fallen for it. I paid the bill with tears in my eyes, and I walked out of the lounge feeling like a total fool. I tried calling Marcus several times, but he had blocked my number. I sent him one last message on the dating application, but he had already deleted his profile. I went home and cried myself to sleep wondering how I could have been so blind. But the next morning, when I woke up, the sadness had turned into a cold and sharp anger. I am not the kind of person who likes to be taken advantage of, and I knew I had to do something about it. I realized that Marcus probably used the same photos and the same stories on other dating apps. I decided to create a new profile using a different name and different pictures. I used a photo of a beautiful girl I found on a stock photo website, and I named her Alina. I set my location to a different part of the city, and I started searching for him. It took me 3 days, but I finally found him. He was using the same name and the same pictures. I swiped right, and to my surprise, we matched almost immediately. I started chatting with him as Alina, and I made sure to act like a very wealthy and naive woman. I told him that my father was a successful businessman and that I had just moved to Charlotte to manage one of his properties. I could practically see his eyes lighting up through the screen. He was even more charming with Alina than he had been with me. He started talking about expensive dinners and luxury cars right away. I played along and told him that I loved the finer things in life. I spent the next 2 weeks honey-potting him. I sent him sweet messages every morning and every night. I told him how much I was looking forward to meeting him. I even took a picture of an expensive designer watch that I had in my jewelry box from a past anniversary, and I told him I wanted to give it to him as a late birthday present because he mentioned his birthday was coming up. He was hooked. He was practically begging me to meet him. I told him that I wanted to make our first date a full-day event. I told him I would pick him up in my car, and we would go on a shopping spree and then have a fancy dinner at a 5-star restaurant. He agreed to everything without hesitation. The plan was set for the following Saturday. I told him I would meet him in a busy part of the city called Noda, which is known for its arts and entertainment. He lived in a different part of town, so he had to take an expensive car service to get there. I arrived in a car I had borrowed from a friend, so he would not recognize mine. I was wearing a wig and sunglasses, so he would not know it was me. When I pulled up to the curb, he was standing there with a huge grin on his face. He hopped into the passenger seat and started talking about how excited he was. I did not say much, and I kept my voice low so he would not recognize it. I told him we had a long drive ahead of us because I wanted to go to a special outlet mall that was about an hour away. I told him they had the best designer stores and that I wanted to buy him a new outfit and shoes. He was thrilled. As we drove, I listened to him brag about himself for an hour. He talked about how he was a high roller and how he usually dated women who were much older, but he made an exception for me because I was so special. I felt a surge of disgust, but I kept my cool. We finally reached the outskirts of the city near a very large and crowded outdoor market area. It was a hot day, and there were thousands of people walking around. I pulled the car over near the entrance and told him that I needed him to do me a small favor. I handed him $20 and asked him to go into a small convenience store across the street to buy 2 bottles of cold water. I told him that the parking was very difficult and I would go find a spot and then come back to pick him up at the corner. He did not suspect a thing. He took the money and hopped out of the car. I watched him walk into the store, and as soon as he was inside, I put the car in gear and drove away as fast as I could. I drove for about 20 minutes until I was back on the main highway toward the center of the city. I felt a massive weight lift off my shoulders. About 10 minutes later, my phone started blowing up with calls and messages from the account I had created for Alina. He was confused at first, asking where I was. Then he started to get angry. I waited until I was safely back at my apartment, and then I sent him one final message. I told him that my older brother had seen me driving with him and had forced me to come home because he knew all about his reputation. I told him that my brother was very powerful and that he should stay away from me if he knew what was good for him. I then blocked him on everything and deleted the fake profile. I knew he was stranded an hour away from his home with no ride and very little money. He had probably spent all his cash on the car service to get to the meeting spot. He would have to figure out a way back on his own in the heat and the crowds. It was not a physical blow, but it was a blow to his ego and his wallet, and that felt much better. I realized after that experience that I need to be much more careful with who I trust. I learned that you should never let someone else choose the destination for a first date if it feels wrong. You should always keep track of what is happening and never spend more than you are comfortable with. Most importantly, I learned that I am stronger than I thought I was. I used to be a person who let things happen to me, but now I am a person who takes action. I still live in Charlotte, and I still enjoy the beauty of the city, but I am much more vigilant now. I found out later through some mutual acquaintances that Marcus had done this to at least 5 other women in the city. He was notorious for being a leech. But after our encounter, he seemed to disappear from the dating scene for a while. Maybe he learned his lesson, or maybe he was just afraid of my imaginary powerful brother. Either way, I got my revenge, and I got my peace of mind back. I spent the $500 I lost on that first date as a lesson learned in the school of life. It was a high price to pay, but the satisfaction of seeing him standing there in that crowded market confused and alone was worth every penny. I am now dating someone I met through a friend, and things are going much better. We go to casual spots and we always split the bill. It is a much healthier way to live. Life has a funny way of working out if you are willing to stand up for yourself. I will never forget that Sunday night at the lounge, but I will also never forget the feeling of driving away and leaving that scammer in the dust. I am Jessica Rowe, and I am no longer a victim. I am a survivor of a bad dating experience, and I am much wiser because of it. The city of Charlotte is big, but it is not big enough for people like Marcus to hide forever. I hope my story serves as a warning to others to stay safe and stay vigilant when meeting people online. Not everyone has a hidden motive, but those who do are very good at hiding it. You have to be your own advocate and your own protector. Looking back, I realized that the biggest mistake I made was ignoring my intuition. That feeling in my gut that something was wrong when he brought his friend along should have been enough for me to walk away right then. But I wanted to be nice, and I wanted to give him a chance. I will never ignore that feeling again. It is the best tool we have for staying safe. Now when I walk through the city, I hold my head a little higher. I know that I can handle whatever comes my way. I have a good life, and I have good friends, and I have the knowledge that I can take care of myself. That is the best revenge of all. The story of my revenge is something I share with my close friends when we are sitting around a table having drinks of our own choice and paying our own way. We laugh about it now, but we also know the seriousness of it. It is a reminder that we have to look out for each other. The world can be a beautiful place, but it also has its dark corners, and you have to know how to navigate them. I am proud of the way I handled the situation, and I am proud of the person I have become. I am Jessica Rowe, and I am doing just fine. The sun still sets over Charlotte, and the oak trees still line the streets, and I am still here stronger and wiser than ever before. I think about that day often, especially when I pass by that market area. I wonder how long it took him to get home. I wonder if he felt even a fraction of the humiliation I felt. But in the end, it does not matter. What matters is that I took my power back. I refused to let him win. And in the world of revenge, that is the ultimate victory. I have also started a small group with some other women in the area where we share our experiences with dating and warn each other about red flags. It has become a great support system, and it makes me feel like I am helping others avoid the same trap I fell into. We call ourselves the Charlotte Watch, and we make sure that no one else has to feel as alone and foolish as I did that night. It is a small thing, but it makes a big difference. I have found that by helping others, I am also helping myself heal from the experience. It has turned a negative situation into something positive, and that is something I never expected. My life is full of joy and purpose, and I am excited for the future. I know that there are good people out there, and I am not going to let one bad experience ruin my outlook on love and relationships. I am just going to be more careful and more intentional with my choices. And if I ever run into someone like Marcus again, I will know exactly what to do. I am a woman of North Carolina, and we are known for our strength and our resilience. I am a living example of that, and I am proud of it. The journey from being a victim to being a victor was a long one, but it was worth it. I am Jessica Rowe, and this is my story. It is a story of betrayal and revenge, but most of all, it is a story of self-discovery and growth. I hope it inspires others to stand up for themselves and to never let anyone take away their dignity. You are worth more than a $500 bill, and you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. Never forget that. And if someone tries to take advantage of you, remember that you have the power to change the narrative. You can be the hero of your own story just like I was. The end of my story is not just about leaving a guy at a market, it is about the beginning of a new chapter in my life. A chapter where I am in control and where I am happy. And that is the best ending anyone could ask for. I have spent a lot of time thinking about the psychology of people like Marcus. They prey on the kindness and the hopes of others. They look for people who are looking for connection, and they use that against them. It is a cruel and calculated way to live, but what they do not realize is that kindness is not a weakness. It is a strength. And when that kindness is betrayed, it can turn into a powerful force for justice. I did not want to hurt Marcus physically. I just wanted him to feel the same sense of abandonment and confusion that he caused me. I wanted him to realize that his actions have consequences. I do not know if he will ever change his ways, but I know that he will never forget the name Alina or the day he was left stranded in the heat. And that is enough for me. I have learned to appreciate the small things in life even more now. The way the coffee tastes in the morning, the sound of the rain on my window, the laughter of my friends. These are the things that truly matter, not expensive watches or rare bourbons or high-end lounges. I have found a sense of peace that I did not have before. It is a peace that comes from knowing that I can stand up for myself and that I am not afraid to do so. I am Jessica Rowe, and I am 27 years old, and I am living my best life in Charlotte, North Carolina. My career is going well, and my personal life is full of genuine connections. I have moved on from the anger and the hurt, and I have replaced them with strength and wisdom. I am grateful for the experience even as much as it hurt at the time, because it made me the person I am today. And I really like the person I am today. I am no longer looking for someone to complete me or to provide me with a sense of worth. I have found that within myself, and that is the most important lesson of all. So to anyone out there who has been treated poorly or taken advantage of, I say, this: do not let it break you. Let it build you. Use the pain as fuel to become a better and stronger version of yourself. And if you have the chance to take a poetic revenge, go for it. But do it in a way that keeps your dignity intact. Do it in a way that shows you are better than they are. Because at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself, and you want to be able to look in the mirror and be proud of what you see. I am proud of what I see. I see a woman who is smart and capable and kind. I see a woman who knows her worth and will not let anyone diminish it. I see a woman who has a bright future ahead of her. And that is a beautiful thing. The city of Charlotte is a place of new beginnings, and I feel like I have had a new beginning of my own. I am ready for whatever comes next, and I am doing it with a smile on my face and a sense of confidence in my heart. Life is good, and I am going to make the most of every moment. I have also taken up a new hobby, which is self-defense classes. It has helped me feel even more empowered and secure in myself. I think it is important for everyone, especially women, to know how to protect themselves both emotionally and physically. It has been a great way to meet new people and to build my confidence even more. My instructor is a wonderful woman who has taught me so much about awareness and strength. I feel like I am more in tune with my surroundings and my own intuition than I ever have been. It is just another way that I am taking care of myself and investing in my own well-being. I have also been doing some volunteer work at a local shelter for women who have been through much worse than I have. It has been eye-opening and humbling to hear their stories and to see their resilience. It makes my own experience seem small in comparison, but it also reminds me of the importance of supporting one another. We all have our battles to fight, and we are all stronger when we fight them together. I am grateful for the opportunity to give back and to be a part of such a brave community of women. It has given me a new perspective on what it means to be strong. It is not just about standing up for yourself, it is about standing up for others too. And I am committed to doing both for the rest of my life. My story is just one small part of a much larger narrative of strength and survival, and I am honored to be a part of it. I will continue to live my life with courage and compassion, and I will never let anyone take that away from me. I am Jessica Rowe, and I am exactly where I am supposed to be. The sun is shining today in Charlotte, and I am going to head out for a walk in the park. I am going to enjoy the fresh air and the beautiful scenery, and I am going to be thankful for another day of life. I am going to keep my eyes open and my heart open, but I am also going to keep my guard up when I need to. I have found the perfect balance between being open to the world and being protective of myself. And that is a great place to be. I hope that everyone can find that balance in their own lives. It makes everything so much better. I am going to stop by my favorite coffee shop on the way, and I am going to buy a latte for the person behind me in line. Not because I am naive or because I want something in return, but because I want to put some kindness back into the world. Because at the end of the day, kindness is what makes the world a better place, even if there are people like Marcus who try to exploit it. I will not let him change the way I treat people. I will only let him change the way I protect myself. And that is the biggest win of all. I am going to live my life with joy and with purpose, and I am going to be happy. And that is the best revenge I can think of. I think about the many people who use dating applications and how easy it is to fall into a trap. I want to tell them that it is okay to be cautious. It is okay to ask questions. It is okay to set boundaries. You do not owe anyone anything, especially not on a first date. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Trust yourself. You are the best judge of your own safety and your own happiness. Do not let the pressure to be nice or the desire for connection lead you into a bad situation. You are worth more than that. You deserve someone who treats you with honesty and respect from the very beginning. And if you find yourself in a situation like mine, know that you are not alone and you are not to blame. The person who took advantage of you is the one at fault. They are the one who should be ashamed. You are just a person who was looking for something good, and there is no shame in that. Just learn from it and move forward with your head held high. I have spent a lot of time writing down my thoughts and feelings about what happened. It has been a very therapeutic process for me. It has helped me make sense of everything, and it has helped me let go of the anger. I think it is important to process our experiences and to find a way to move on from them. For me, that way was through revenge and then through helping others. For someone else, it might be through something different. The important thing is to find what works for you and to not let the experience define you. You are so much more than what has happened to you. You are a person with a whole life ahead of you, and you have the power to make it a great one. I am looking forward to the future with excitement and with hope. I know that there are good things in store for me, and I am ready for them. I am going to keep being the best version of myself, and I am going to keep looking for the beauty in the world. And I am going to keep sharing my story in the hopes that it can help someone else, because that is what we do. We help each other, we learn from each other, and we grow together. And that is a beautiful thing. My name is Jessica Rowe, and I am a 27-year-old woman from Charlotte, North Carolina, and this has been my story. Thank you for listening, and I hope you stay safe and stay happy. Remember that you are strong and you are capable and you are worthy of all the good things in life. Do not ever let anyone tell you otherwise, and if they try, show them exactly who you are. Show them that you are a force to be reckoned with. Show them that you are a survivor. And then go out and live your best life, because that is the greatest victory of all. I am going to go enjoy my coffee now, and I am going to enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Life is full of possibilities, and I am going to embrace every single one of them. I am happy, I am healthy, and I am free. And that is all I could ever want. I have reflected on the moment I drove away from that market several times. Each time I feel a sense of relief and a sense of pride. I did not sink to his level by scamming him out of money. I did not hurt him. I simply gave him a taste of his own medicine. I showed him that he is not as smart as he thinks he is. And I showed myself that I am much smarter than I thought I was. It was a turning point for me. It was the moment I stopped being a victim and started being a leader in my own life. And I have not looked back since. I hope that Marcus is somewhere out there reflecting on his own actions, but even if he is not, it does not matter. My life is not about him anymore. It is about me. And I am doing great. I am proud of the choices I have made, and I am proud of the person I have become. I am Jessica Rowe, and I am a survivor of a dating scam, and I am a winner in the game of life. I will continue to share my story, and I will continue to stand up for what is right. And I will continue to live my life with a sense of wonder and a sense of joy. Because that is what I deserve. And that is what we all deserve. So stay vigilant, stay strong, and stay kind. The world needs more people like you and fewer people like Marcus. And together, we can make the world a better place, one story at a time. This is my story, and I am proud of it. I hope it helps you in some way, and I hope it reminds you of your own strength. You have everything you need within you to overcome anything that comes your way. Just believe in yourself and never give up. You are amazing, and you are capable of anything. Never forget that. And always remember to keep your head up and your heart open. Life is a beautiful journey, and I am glad to be on it with you. Thank you for being a part of my story and for letting me share it with you. It has been an honor and a privilege. I am Jessica Rowe, and I am signing off for now, but I will be out there living my best life, and I hope you will be too. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. The best is yet to come. I am certain of it. I think about the people who will hear this story, and I hope it gives them a little bit of a laugh, but also a lot of food for thought. We live in a world where we are more connected than ever, but we are also more vulnerable. It is a strange paradox, but it is our reality. We have to learn how to navigate it with wisdom and with grace. And I think that starts with being honest about our experiences and being willing to support one another. I have found so much strength in the community of women I have joined, and I am so grateful for their support. It has made all the difference in my recovery from this experience. I hope that everyone can find a community like that for themselves. It is so important to have people in your corner who understand what you are going through and who can help you see your own worth. I am lucky to have found that, and I am committed to being that person for others as well. My life in Charlotte is full and rewarding, and I am happy. I have a job I love, friends I adore, and a sense of purpose that keeps me going every day. I am grateful for the challenges I have faced because they have made me who I am, and I am proud of who I am. I am Jessica Rowe, and I am a strong, independent, and compassionate woman, and I am ready for whatever the future holds. I know it will be bright, and I know it will be beautiful, and I am going to enjoy every single moment of it. Thank you for listening to my story and for being a part of my journey. I wish you all the best in your own lives, and I hope you find the strength and the joy that you deserve. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and most of all, stay you, because you are enough exactly as you are. And do not let anyone ever tell you otherwise. I am going to take one last look at the Charlotte skyline before I go. It is a beautiful sight, and it reminds me of how far I have come. From a nervous girl on a bad date to a confident woman who knows her worth. It has been quite a journey, but I would not change a thing. I am exactly where I am supposed to be, and I am exactly who I am supposed to be. And that is a wonderful feeling. Goodbye for now, and remember to always be the hero of your own story. You have the power to change your life, and you have the power to make it a great one. Just believe in yourself and never give up. You are stronger than you think, and you are worth more than you know. Go out and show the world what you are made of. I know I will. I am Jessica Rowe, and I am a survivor of Victor and a woman who knows how to get a little poetic revenge. And I am doing just fine. The sun is setting again, and a new day is on the horizon. I am ready for it. Are you? I hope so. Because life is a beautiful adventure, and I do not want you to miss a single second of it. Take care and stay strong. The end. Actually, it is just the beginning of a better life. A life where I am in control and where I am happy. And that is the best ending of all. I have learned to trust my instincts and to value my own worth. I have learned that I can handle whatever challenges come my way. And I have learned that kindness is a strength, but it must be protected. I am proud of the person I have become, and I am excited for the person I will become. I am Jessica Rowe, and I am 27 years old, and I am a survivor. And I am happy. I am really, really happy. And that is the true revenge. To live well and to be happy in spite of those who tried to bring you down. I have done that, and I will continue to do that every single day. Thank you for being a part of my journey and for listening to my story. It means a lot to me. I hope it has inspired you in some way. Stay strong and stay wonderful. The world needs more people like you, and I am glad to be in it with you. Goodbye for now. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and stay happy. I am Jessica Rowe, and I am signing off. The Charlotte skyline is glowing, and I am glowing too. Life is good, and I am ready for the future. Are you? I hope so, because it is going to be amazing. I am sure of it.